Okay, so here are some of the crazy things I've been told since being diagnosed. At an old workplace I used to work at, I had the managers tell me I shouldn't discuss autism with my colleagues. And by discuss, they mean literally even just mention anything about how it might affect me and my job. And I was like, that's discriminatory. I was like, are you telling me I can't talk about autism? And they were like, no, 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 we're not saying that. And I was like, right, sounds like you said that. And they were like, no, we just want the conversations to be kept professional. And I was having trouble at this workplace because one lady, she just had it in for me, right? Just, God forbid I be autistic and be okay with it. She had the perspective that you shouldn't talk about those things. I know it's a very old view. She is dyslexic, so she didn't like that I was showing a different reality to the one she lived in, I guess. And she was taking it out on me, microaggressions, comments, making comments about my accommodations and stuff. And then obviously I made grievances about that. I'm not being disrespected, I'm not being bullied. I don't care if you don't want to talk about your dyslexia, I don't care if you've got an issue with neurodivergence. I don't, and that's fine. I can talk about my disability and how it affects me, and it has nothing to do with you. You don't have to engage, you don't have to do anything about that. I have every right to talk about something that is very relevant to my everyday life. And so obviously I made grievances, and I was thinking yeah, this will get sorted out, surely, they'll just, tell her to stop. I was very wrong. I had one manager be like, don't you think it's your fault because you mentioned that you have autism? And I was like, what in the victim blaming is actually going on? So yeah, something I've learned, right? You might have the Equality Act 2010 in place to protect you from discrimination, but it doesn't protect you from discrimination. It can still happen in the workplace. And things like, I actually had the same lady send me a text saying that, we shouldn't talk about things like that here. And I'm just like, about things? What do you mean? Autism, neurodivergence? We're in 2026. This was in 2024, but we're in 2026 now, people. It's not a big deal. It's literally nothing to be crazy over.